a heartfelt journey, bonding through music with my autistic son. Growing up, one of my all-time favorite treasures was my dad's copy of the Beatles' illustrated lyrics. I could spend hours lost in its pages, mesmerized by the bizarre images of a golden figure with a trombone mouth and the stunning black and white comic strip by the legendary psychedelic artist Rick Griffin. Even though I hadn't yet heard most of the songs, those surreal visuals felt like glimpses into a magical world waiting to be discovered. Eventually, the Beatles became my ultimate obsession. I devoured their albums, read every book I could find, watched their movies, and shared every fascinating tidbit of Beatles trivia with anyone who would listen. My mom would often chuckle, saying, "Oh dear, you've turned into a Beatles bore." In Maybe I'm Amazed, we dive into the life of John Harris and his 15-year-old son, James, who is completely captivated by a live performance from Paul McCartney. In that moment, James is so immersed in the music that it's as if he's in a different realm. Harris then takes us back to before James was born, sharing the story of his arrival, his early diagnosis of autism, and how his unique traits unfold as he grows. Music is James's passion, with the Beatles at the forefront of a rich playlist he listens to on repeat. To capture this connection, Harris organizes the book into 10 chapters, each named after a song that resonates deeply with their journey. Harris writes about music with a refreshing blend of humor and clarity, steering clear of any pretentiousness. One chapter draws inspiration from Funkadelic's quirky track, Fish, Chips and Sweat, which humorously contrasts a mundane meal with a passionate encounter. Another chapter reflects on Nick Drake's Northern Sky, a song that evokes a profound sense of euphoria that leaves you speechless. Harris even takes on the challenge of re-evaluating Baker Street, a song so familiar that we often overlook the intricate stories hidden within its carefully chosen lyrics. Interwoven throughout the narrative are the challenges and worries that Harris and his wife, Ginny, face as parents. They navigate the complexities of James's strengths and struggles, including his remarkable ability to identify musical notes and name the keys of random songs played on Spotify. Harris reflects, "Imagine having such an instinctive and vivid connection with music." He shares a poignant moment when James, refusing to go to school, commands Alexa to play The Smiths' The Headmaster Ritual, with its lyrics urging to give up education as a bad mistake. As a parent, I can relate to the overwhelming anxiety that Harris describes. He and Ginny quickly discover that support for children with special educational needs is shockingly scarce. They find themselves spending their savings on early, intensive therapy for James and preparing a legal case to secure the support he needs in school, as local authorities often force parents to fight for the care they are legally entitled to, banking on the fact that many will lack the resources to pursue it. However, as someone on the autism spectrum, I sometimes found it challenging to read about behaviors and tendencies I've experienced throughout my life through a neurotypical lens. Harris expresses his confusion and sadness during a visit to Chester Zoo when James becomes fascinated with the wood chips on the ground instead of the penguins. I get the sense if he was left to his own devices, he might repeat the cycle indefinitely, he writes, capturing James's wonder at the tactile diversity of the wood chips and the marvel of gravity. I don't want to diminish Harris's honesty. Like all parents, his journey is filled with learning experiences. He powerfully addresses the almost Victorian levels of cruelty faced by autistic individuals in care and how, through the shared love of music between him and James, his initial feelings of grief transform into a beautiful mix of admiration, fear, humor, awe, and, above all, love. I found myself moved to tears multiple times, and the book's emotional weight is a testament to the author's willingness to be open and vulnerable. As he notes, autistic traits are woven throughout humanity. You might say we're like everyone else, just a little more so.